players named Hydrant. Yes.
That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we can't just give labels that say I'm a Pacman main, but they make it obvious enough for us.
Yes.
And Mojo, not cutting any corners this week, going to be leading in with his Palu. Arguably the simplest yet best of his kit of characters. I think this is probably the safest bet for navigating across a bracket, at least until he gets the players he's more confident with than his other characters. Now, against the likes of Pacman, this matchup gets kind of weird because Pacman has a lot of options for fighting in at close or mid-range. And if Hydrant opts to do so, can definitely camp out Mojo. Yeah. So Pacman has the tools to play this at any given range. But Mojo could also just crash the plane and take everyone down with him if he wants.
Yeah. That appears what it's looking like so far.
You know, it didn't have to end like that, like at all. Pacman has like 3 different recovery options. But okay.
I guess sometimes it's bound to happen. Someone's about to slip up anyway.
Sure. No punish on the trampoline there, so Hydrant's going to get him back to stage for free.
Oh, that was that was kind of funny.
Just straight up return to sender.
And then he catches it too. Like.
Yeah, that's honestly like best case scenario for Hydrant here. But it almost ended in disaster for him. Mojo on the hunt for the kill. Now he knows he'll be able to get it soon. Swift back air answers the ledge, gives Hydrant full stage control. And given the climbing percentages, this is actually a really good spot for Hydrant to be in, especially if he manages to rack up his fruit charge to Bell, and that's what he's going to do. Goes for the back air, and it doesn't kill. Yeah, no, I was going to say the Bell would be a good option if you can catch with a smash attack, but at least the percentage is climbing.
Yeah, I feel like it was a sour hit of back air that actually got Mojo, but I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Just in general, back air strong, but it wouldn't have been strong enough to kill at that percent. Look at this one from center stage. Pacman's back air is a very good combo piece and a great way to edge guard, but not the most reliable in getting kills.
Yeah.
Ooh, a really high shot of the Hydrant off the apple throw. All right, so Hydrant's at least well studied in what he can do with his tools. I always emphasize that a player ought to be, fully aware of what they're capable of in their character's kit. And Pacman players are kind of the reason that I talk about that, because this character can do so much in so many different ways. It's why you see a lot of Pacman players at a high to top level of play the character so differently across them. Back throw, just barely killing Mojo at 175 before the throw. And Mojo on route to at least even up the stocks. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, no, even up stocks. I forgot, this started with a Renegade kill.
For both.
Yeah, no, the Nair drag down to death at early.
Okay. I see you, Mojo. Just trying to...
Fair for fair.
Oh. I was slightly scared for a second with what he could do with the Galaga, but I was wrong.
Yeah, no, Z-dropping Galaga, is okay.
Okay.
It has a very distinct trajectory when it gets thrown. Z-dropping just places it in one spot. So it's
not really much to get off.
Yeah, out of everything you could grab from Pacman and Z-drop, that's probably like the worst way to use Galaga, but in general, it's not the worst thing you could be doing.
Yeah.
Not finding a target because Pacman wasn't close enough.
Yeah.
And I guess a little fun fact, the Hydrant itself actually counts as a projectile. It doesn't count as like its own entity, so you can't really shoot it.
Okay.
Like you can hit it, but you can't target it with
Gotcha.
auto reticle. And ooh, talking about hitting, that was a great catch from Hydrant.
Yeah, I feel like Mojo was giving him a lot more space than he usually would with other players, maybe. Like, he was a little bit more laid back than I usually see him.
And while normally Palu is a character that helps facilitate that style of play, I do feel like he needs to go a bit faster. We see him wavering. There is a little bit of a click onto me brawler. I don't know what's going on in there.
I don't know either. Then again, we don't really know what goes on in Mojo's head most of the time.
One, go!
The run back to Stadium at least makes sense. Generally speaking, if you're going to play a bit more of a passive Palu, like you want that space. Like she keeps the space of PS2 really well. I guess just being more properly prepared for Hydrant's buttons is the best way to navigate. While also keeping a high tempo, I think is also working out for Mojo nicely because he's definitely swinging a bit more here. And because Hydrant's not effectively building a wall, like Mojo's just in his face.
Yeah, I feel like that approach is definitely helping him out a little bit more this time.
Like, such is the nature of Pacman, where the character could build the wall really easily, or could rush you down and have a really creative combo path. But if you don't commit to either, you just sort of meander. And you can't really afford to meander against the likes of Palu, because if you're going to play a jack-of-all-trades battle, like, Palutena is going to beat you. And this Palu is going to take first stock.
I'm pretty sure he has the bell right now, so that could be a death sentence.
Ooh, you're correct. Bell once again at the ledge, it catches, and there's forward smash, yep. Astute observation. The bell is just really... It's possibly the easiest hit confirm you can get in this game.
Yeah, it just literally stuns you for whatever reason.
Yeah, and on top of that, it deals an okay amount of damage, like, as an item that's being thrown.
Okay.
So, like, it is really good. I wouldn't say it's the best item that Pacman has, because you could sit down forever to have that argument. But
yeah, that one is just very situational.
It's really important. And right now, Hydrant doing what he can to build up the damage, maintain center stage. Constantly answering Mojo's focus on the Hydrant that's on the field with forward air, I think it's really smart, because if you're not able to chain fairs together for combos, at the very least, it's enough to poke your opponent out of position. Swift, reliable aerial. Come to think of it, both Palu and Pacman have similar style fairs. Just the swift kick outwards.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright.
He has the key now.
Yeah, switch over to the key. Unfortunately, the fancy trick with moving around with the charge wasn't enough for him. Let's see, really good positioning to be able to... There you go. I actually really like that very deliberate positioning to throw Bell so that you could strike on shield and still grab your item, come back.
Yeah.
The way that Hydrant's playing, I'm led to believe that this player may have been underseeded for today's bracket, because this looks like a very well-studied Pacman.
Yeah.
And like, he's doing a lot of smart Pacman things. Like the way that he's utilizing items and utilizing his boxing tools for keeping space. It reminds me... I'm trying to figure out which Pacman it reminds me of. Because it's not quite Sinji. Sinji's a lot more deliberate in his camping. And Kiwi has a different style of comboing. I wouldn't say T, because T is sort of like the best part of every good Pacman.
Yeah,
I guess C. Caleb is probably the only other Pacman that this Pacman reminds me of, who has a bit of that like on and off when it comes to deliberate camping or just keeping space. Although, again, I think that's just a testament to how good Pacman's tools are, that you can play him so many different ways. And this Pacman's doing a solid job. He's doing a bit of bleeding on this last stock, but, like, given how effectively he's pushing Mojo to the ledge constantly, it's showing that he's not done just yet.
No, he's putting up a fight. Whether he wins it or not, we will have to see.
Yeah, and it's worth remembering, he took game 1, so, like, we could be seeing game 3, potentially.
Ooh, just barely misspaced the back there.
And Nair is definitely not killing yet, so there's still plenty of gas in the tank for Hydrant. Speaking of, I like the use of Hydrant off stage to stall.
Yeah, that was very nice.
I don't think down throws combo to nothing at this percentage.
Yeah.
Almost climbing up to the percentages where up throw is going to be killing soon. Pacman, a midweight character, shouldn't be dying until I think like 190 off of up throw, but...
Yeah, but this could be huge right now.
Yeah, he's sitting on max rage. With a little bit of the charge, too. Yeah, no, that's a 2-0 for Hydrant. Mojo going to sit in loser's bracket early tonight. And it looks like we were going to have a Pacman to worry about.